Perfectly, because these guys have such an impact on the game nowadays because they throw the ball more than ever. And whether they're throwing it short, medium, or long, can they snatch it out of the air and create even extra yardage with run after catch?
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And his first look is incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. That'll bring up second down. Carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. On third down, Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
On 4th down, here comes a Steeler punter, Jordan Berry, to kick it away. Back deep for New England, Julian Edelman. This is brought in at the 21. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Patriots take over. And Tom Brady brings out the New England Patriots. This is a man, Charles, who's going to turn 40 on August 3rd. We know what just happened. Another Super Bowl ring for him. But up around that age of 40, that's where we think quarterbacks, the tank is empty. What does he have left?
He's actually moved the line even more, hasn't he? Remember we used to think 35? It was that time, and Tom Brady keeps moving it up. I think he's got plenty left because, number one, he absolutely loves the game. He's lost none of that zest. His workout regimen, his diet, all those things put it together. He's flexible. He takes hits. I think he can win another Super Bowl or 2 before he retires, and I can't believe I've actually said that. He shouldn't be able to do it. I just remember telling me November 2015, I just love the game, and I see no end for him.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Brady. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The former Bill, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who can make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
Now first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Hey, 66, like 20, 220, go!
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Stephon Tuitt able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Surveying the field. He's going to... And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the last drive, first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. Where do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offensive move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Brown finishing 2016 with over 1,200 yards, 106 receptions. Now, for him, people were expecting maybe some bigger numbers, Charles. What did you make of Antonio Brown's season?
Well, what I made of it is that he started to get more help along the way. Jesse James developed at tight end. Once Le'Veon Bell got into the lineup, he started to catch passes out of the backfield and ate up a few numbers as well. So Big Ben, that should help Antonio Brown going forward in 2017 because he'll still be the primary guy. But when you get help, boy, you can make bigger plays downfield.
Okay, partners, New England comes out here to take the field on offense. And this is such an interesting story, how they've been able to do it year after year after year. Guys talk about parity in the NFL. Well, New England has kind of transcended that parity, and they've done it with guys that you don't normally think of as household names.
The parts keep changing for New England. That's the amazing part. Offense, all right? Offensive linemen change, receivers change, running backs change. We know the one constant is Tom Brady, and that's a huge deal for them. But to be able to do it in what you call the parity times, and you're exactly right, everyone's supposed to be pretty equal. New England still a top 10 offense year in and year out. In 2016, they were number 4, and that helped them with a number 1 ranked defense as well. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Here's Brady to throw. Going underneath for Lewis. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They do go for it. It's Brady. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He completes it to Bryant. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Martavis Bryant, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. The drive starts with a handoff to Ball. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now Brady throwing on second down. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And down he'll go at the 25. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Jones. Third down and 5.
Single. Key at 33.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Holding. Defense.
So the defensive holding penalty here, Charles.
You get outside of 5 yards downfield and you get grabby with an offensive player, the flag will come out every time.
So the offense has it first and 10.
Check in. Wait, 20. Hey, 66.
Now a play fake here on first down. Trying for Edelman again. This time he's got it. Give him 17 yards that time as Edelman to James. Last year for Edelman, just below 100 receptions, 98, over 1,100 yards, 3 touchdowns. And, you know, this is a guy that gets a lot of pub for being that perfect receiver for Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. What's his role going forward?
I think his role going forward is to be a bona fide #1 receiver in the NFL, meaning he's not just a Tom Brady receiver. He's that guy for anyone. And he spent so much time proving himself as he got into the league, just what you were talking about. Can I have a role here with New England? Now it's not just proving himself. He's continuing to develop in his craft. And I think he's going to just keep getting better and better. He never gave up on himself in his dreams, and he doesn't give up on any single play.
So 20 yards to go here on first down.
20.
Here's Brady to throw. Over the middle, that's taken in by Gronkowski. That throw good for 4. It's second down. So the D-line's going to spread out. Brady to throw again. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 3 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put
Yeah,
in.
didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now, the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
A gain of 3, second down. Second down following the run. Brady to throw on second down. Throwing middle, but to get it to Gronkowski that time. And it's third down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they have the football that will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
They'll go again with Bell. And now we're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 4th and 13. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly, sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
He's going to look deep down the field. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Oh, that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Here come the Patriots again on offense, the Super Bowl champions, and boy, they have been able to do it a lot of times, Charles, with unsung heroes, haven't they? Look at the names that led them through the playoffs. Hogan, White, Lewis, guys you just wouldn't think of.
Yeah, Deion Lewis, a 5th-round pick, 3 touchdowns against Houston in the divisional round. Chris Hogan, undrafted. He ends up having 180 yards in receptions, including 5 plays of 20 yards or more against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And how about James White, a 4th-round pick out of Wisconsin? Think about who he played behind while he was at Wisconsin, and he turns out to be the unsung hero of the Super Bowl. Would have been the MVP if it wasn't for Tom Brady.
When you mentioned James White at Wisconsin, he was behind who? Melvin Gordon and Monte Ball, right?
That's correct.
He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And that is incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
Now let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 11 on the gain there. And it'll give the Steelers a 1st down.
All right, here we go.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Foxborough after this. coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes. We'll send you to Orlando, where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. It's complete to Brown, right side. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that...
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the return will stop right around the 25.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with you? A whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. And that'll bring up second down. Well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No,
you know I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they've been perennials. How about Denver? Remember last year they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a couple a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis cannot afford to squander Andrew Luck, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. They've got to get back to the playoffs. And Buffalo, brand new head coach, brand new people running the ball club. Let's see if they can figure it out, because I think defensively they can be awfully strong. Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. They do go for it. It's Brady. This is caught. It's Julian Edelman. Not hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They slot Gronkowski outright. Throwing on first down is Brady. Wide open, Gronkowski. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, Brady. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Again, it's Brady. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to face a third down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Brady down the throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Again, it's Bell. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. 2 yards to go here on 3rd down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's got nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached that. Larry, apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A chance for us again to look at this Pittsburgh defense. They had a pretty solid first half. Not many adjustments, but I guess there's probably always some adjustments that can be made.
Usually it's just tightened down on the things we've worked on all week in practice. Everyone thinks adjustments are bringing in something absolutely new. For the most part, it's tweaks or just emphasizing what you've worked on already. And that's what they're planning to do in the second half.
They won't be looking to reinvent the wheel.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? That was another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch. On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package.
Yeah.
6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Throughout his career, Tom Brady has made a living with a quick pass, hasn't he? How about that one? A little slant inside. And I think his arm's gotten stronger throughout his career, too.
Yeah. And you can just see one of many examples of why he's made more trips to the Super Bowl than any other quarterback.
Footwork, intelligence, competitiveness. That's Tom Brady in a nutshell.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
They go play action here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Green with a catch left side. A good pickup there at 22.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now they'll try to sweep with Bell. And some space here. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on first.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. Pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jabril Sheard in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the third quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in prime position to really open up this ball game, but the drive stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy to get back in today's NFL.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Bud Dupree from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. On second down, here's Brady. Going deep here for Edelman. He's got it in, complete. Brady and Edelman hook up for a big one. 43 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
It's a gain of 20 that time, and that's good for a New England first down. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved.
False start, offense. Still second down.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. They slot Gronkowski outright. Now Brady again. And this is caught at the end. 15 yards there for number 15.
My ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They come out with one back and three tight ends. Rush coming, and he's taken down. James Harrison from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
So they were stopped trying to run the ball on first down. Now they take a sack on second down. The offensive coordinator's got to find a way to flip the script on the defensive coordinator because right now the defense has the advantage.
This is caught. Gronkowski. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Martin, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Brady going to go on 4th down. And this is caught. It's Edelman. They get the completion, but cannot push forward into the end zone. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
That's not a call you see every day. A toss play inside their own 10-yard line. Takes a little bit of brass right there, and they were able to get a little bit of yardage.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now in Foxborough. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
An extra corner on the field for New England here on 3rd down.
Yeah, another DB. There's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from him.
Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. The 40, the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 83 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down. The calls gave him a bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Brady now to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding. for the flag. The penalty really backs up the offense here on first down. Now 20 yards to go. They slot Gronkowski outright. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. 17 yards to pick up there. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Brady to throw on second down. Dumps it off to Lewis. And the stop here will come at the 48-yard line. Calling a gain is 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On first down, Brady. Wide open receiver complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Brady going underneath for Lewis. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be second and goal. Again, it's Brady. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. And not a good time for the sack on second and goal. A loss of 6. And now it's third down. Brady now on third and goal. And this is going to be incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target. And it brings up fourth down.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want it.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on fourth and goal. They slot Gronkowski outright. Now Brady got to have this one. As a man, it's Edelman for the Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman, a 7-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score.
Fourth and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that fourth down.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A chance for us to get a glance at this Patriots defense. Last drive, touchdown surrendered. Here, see if they can stop it.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of. And help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Out left side here to Bryant. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. After that completion, and now it's third down for this offense. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Roethlisberger looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Here's Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. He's going to get the football. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments in this one. Now it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown. Good play. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first. Charles, you think Big Ben is happy to have Antonio Brown on the other side of his passes?
You know he is, but he also expects it. This is how their offense runs best. When those two get together, especially early, and continue to do it throughout the game, the end result is the one that we're seeing right now. They're ahead on the board.
It has been early and often. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them pass it, has it? They've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Hey, here I come! Here I come! Here I come! 220! 380! Yeah!
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. Shift together here from the D-line. Roethlisberger dropping to a knee, and that ought to do it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Foxborough, good night, everybody.